Next we're going to take another look at some of that baseball data from my old paper. So we'll load up that data, call it something sensible, and run to import it. Then under tasks and utilities, we'll do another regression model on the baseball data. Our dependent variable is going to be salary. We have classification variables, particularly we've got position here. And for continuous variables, we're just going to use the 3-year on-base plus slugging. You don't need to know what that is if you're not into baseball, it's just a measure of hitting ability. Okay, we'll make sure that we add each of those variables into our model here. And press run. We're not particularly interested in model here, we're interested in the heteroskedasticity. But we've got all of our variables looking nice and significant here. 3-year OPS, very significant, and all those other variables looking significant as well. We should strictly test them as a group, and don't have that test strictly, but the Schwartz-Bayes criterion is better with the position variables. Okay, so now looking at our residuals, here's our best one to look at here, residual versus predicted, and we've got very much this classic fanning where our values for the residual are low, for low values of the predicted variable, and they get higher, they get more dispersed for higher values of the predicted variable. Looks like that fanning is probably due to the hitting ability. The heteroskedasticity is related to hitting ability, but we're going to do the nice easy way to deal with this by log transforming the left-hand side variable, the salary. But before that, let's do our formal test for heteroskedasticity. It's down here under statistics, heteroskedasticity analysis, and no doubt this is going to turn up significant. The white test on relatively large data sets pretty much always finds heteroskedasticity, and so yeah, we've got very significant white test here telling us that we have heteroskedasticity, and we should, well, do something about it if we want our model to be more reliable. Okay, so the thing we're going to do about this is to change our dependent variable out, change it out for log salary. Let me show you guys a graph of salary versus log salary, just in case you guys don't remember how log transformations work. On our x-axis, let's put the salary, and on the y-axis, log salary, and run, oh, why aren't we running, there we go. Okay, so there's the log transformation. It's going to change the higher values to be not quite as high, effectively. So back to our linear regression. Is this going to work? Changed out our y variable, but fortunately we didn't have to change any of our x variables. We've still got a nice significant model. Our variables are all significant just like before. Our interpretations would change now. We're looking at the percentage effect on salary of a 1 unit change in the x variable. But that's not super important here. What is important is to, well, first let's look at our residual plot. I'm actually pretty much okay with this as a residual plot. Sure, you might be able to argue there's some fanning here, but I'd argue you would look the same if we looked backwards as well. To me, this just sort of looks like the blob sort of data that we would expect from non-heteroskedastic data, or homoskedastic data if you prefer. But the white test tells us that we've still got heteroskedasticity. This is, in my experience, pretty common. for the white test, it tends to find heteroskedasticity even when it really doesn't